Wow. Hello, Paulie?
I'm here.
Yeah. We're good. We're good.
Well, we're not that good. What are you forgetting? What are you forgetting?
What are you talking about?
Well, there's a little acoustic number I put together.
Oh, I know, but I thought you usually like to throw to it, pal.
No, I was trying to stay out of the way
what
tonight.
A blindside. I got blindsided right out of the gates, dude. Hang on.
Creative Tony. Yeah, what you doing now? You coach your little league. Yeah, let's take a night reprieve. Gonna be some sweet sounds coming down on the night flight. On the night flight. This is your other home. Yeah, you know you're not alone. Gonna be some sweet sounds coming down on the night flight. On the night flight. This is your other home. Yeah, you know you're not alone.
And now we're busy. By the way, I almost choked. And does anybody out there know the Heimlich? Do we have any registered?
Oh, all right, Paul.
Okay.
It was on the loop.
Yeah, I almost choked to death during the first one. So one's enough. I'm back. I'm at full strength. I did almost check out, but I made it. I'm still here. I was almost choking to death. Do we have any nurses in the audience? Do we have anybody that knows how to perform resuscitation, CPR, all of that kind of stuff? And while you're pondering that, I do want to shout out the PNP community lining up extra early tonight. Nick DiFrancesco, okay, come over here and give me the Heimlich. I might need you. Be on standby. And by the way, a better nurse I couldn't ask for, because the vibe and like the mug of a Nicky DiFrancesco is exactly what I need should I ever find myself injured or in distress.
I got a remedy for you, Paulie. There you go.
Well, that's a remedy for just about anything that ails me. But I do want to acknowledge some of the comments I saw tonight. Very eclectic kind of conversation going on tonight. For starters, at one point I glanced over, I saw Karen Bell say, "I'm thinking about getting an old school mohawk." Okay,
nice.
Great. I support that 1,000,000%. I'm a mohawk enthusiast, especially now when they're so like out of style. It would be super cool. So Karen Bell, you want to buzz the sides? You go ahead and go and do that. I got your back 1,000,000%. Then I had Rags in snowy, ice cold New Jersey talking about shrinkage. I don't know what that's about, but Rags is out there talking shrinkage. And then I got Gizmo. I got my guy Gizmo. Haven't seen you in a while. Gizmo, great to see you. And for the rest of you, Joe Schmo and Miriam, Scarlet Fire, Dom, Double J, John Joseph, Anthony Merkovich. What's up, Merkovich? Good to see you, bro. Scarlet Fire, I like to say that twice sometimes. Anyway, Tony, how you doing tonight, man? We're getting settled in for a night flight. Got a special guest coming on. Lots going on and lots ahead tonight. So how are you, buddy?
I'm good, dude. I really want to talk about Giannis. I want to do a top three with you, Tony's top three. We're going to do some bookmarks, probably. But at first, it's business time.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. It's business time.
Yeah.
It's business. It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
All right. This is for Miriam. She is the first super of the night. She personally requested she's chipping in for the Tony 13 jersey, and she's also paying admission to Particle Land. So later tonight, I'm going to make a note right now that we will enter Particle Land. I'm making a note right now. Miriam, you bet your ass we will enter Particle Land later tonight. Let's take Dan into Particle Land, Paulie.
I don't know if Dan's ready. I don't know. I got to be honest. I don't know if Dan's ready for that kind of That's a big step, man. That's a big step taking go to the. And it's kind of like reinforced by the little guy who opens the door. Because when he opens the door to Particle Land, never forget, dude, he looks back. Like he's like looking back and like, should I really do this? And then he turns around, and the next time we see him, his eyes are as big as flying saucers. So I don't know. Anyway, we can think about it. I don't know if Dan's ready.
Land. I'm down. We can either do it before or end the show with it, or take Dan on a magical trip. Either whatever you want to do.
Well, we'll do it at some point. But Miriam, I gotta say, Miriam, I know you are a devotee of Particle Land because I've seen you ask for that like several times over the past few months. So we're going to go tonight. I love Particle Land too, and I love Patrick Patton for designing that and sending that in. And by the way, but that's the kind of show we do here. I think most of you guys know that, but we have some newcomers. You know, we are wide open for business. If you have contributions, like if you have, because we've had a bunch of great song parodies sent in. We've had the great Particle Land video. If you have contributions to the show, don't hold back. Send them in. Send them in.
Keep going, Paulie. I got to get a prop. Keep going.
pauliespod@gmail.com. Send all of your artistic endeavors, your creative contributions. We love getting stuff from the audience. And while Tony's getting settled, I will update the audience on this Warrior game. I know some of you have half an eye on that. Warriors up 121-107. We got 6:44 left in the fourth quarter. So hopefully the Warriors can hang on to that. And Tony is reminding me too. It's been a while. Yeah. And I need to,
Dude, shame on me, man. Showing you, and while you're doing that, Paulie, let's just
I haven't had my Brent Main on in a while either.
Right?
Yeah.
Come on. I'm going to crack my beer while this gets going.
He's got the top three. He wears a beach robe from the streets of San Carlos. Raised in the fog.
Yeah.
Trained in the flame.
Yeah.
Yet you know this gangster's name. There's only one gangster we all love. Tony One Glove.
Yeah, dude. Thank you, Shank. David Shank. By the way, follow NorCal Refrigeration and HVAC on Instagram. He posted a killer Harley Davidson video the other day. If you follow him on Instagram, he posts a lot of cool stuff, and he always posts a good song. And Paulie, this is for you. Before we dive deep into the show, this is for you.
Come on. Running after the game, getting back in time to put respect on his name. It's a perfect match with Paulie Mac. Two brothers in the pocket and the Harley ball is close. It's a crazy show with Deadhead vibes, where people write comments keeping the chat room alive. They love pizza, they love good gigs, they love the Bay Area in all its splendor. So like what and respect on his name. Back came to put respect on his name. It's a perfect match with
Dude, and we love the Bay Area in all its splendor, dude. Great lyric, dude. Great freaking lyric. And thank you so much. That's what I'm talking about. So if you guys are out there and you're like, oh, I got something for the boys, I don't know if I should, definitely send it, man. We'll have a good time with it, whatever it is. A video, a picture, a comment, a riff you have, whatever. More artistic work. Just send it in. We'll get it up on the show and we'll have a good time with it. Warriors 123, Jazz 109, 5 minutes left in the fourth. Tony, by the way, let me set the table. By
the way, when you set the table, do you put the napkin out? Do you fold the napkin? You put the fork and the knife and the spoon?
Dude, if I don't set the table right, there's liable to be serious consequences over here at my house because I got people studying. You didn't fold the napkin right. That fork doesn't go there. So yes, I have to be meticulous when it comes to my place setting. Procedure. How about yourself? Are you do you follow the letter of the law? Do you kind of go as you please? What do you do?
I'm a big napkin on the lap guy, but I like to present it in front of you first and then napkin on the lap. And I'm trying to teach my kids all of that stuff. So I got the napkin on one side, I got the fork on one side, and then the knife on the other side. I got the placemats. I'm a big placemat guy too. Like I can't have dinner without placemats in my opinion.
I can't wait until I start to like decline. Well, I probably already am, but like I can't wait till like my serious decline kicks in. Like maybe I get dementia or something like that, because I'm telling you, my senility, it's going to be bitching. I'm telling you right now, like I'm going to do stuff like we'll go into a restaurant. I'm going to take the not even the napkin, Tony, just to freak people out and embarrass my family. I'll take the tablecloth and tuck that in under my shirt and just start eating and just let people kind of flip out. So anyway, I'm looking forward to losing my mind, like officially and medically, so I can start doing stuff just to embarrass my kids and everything. It's going to be awesome. All right.
Yeah, dude, Hum Daddy says bibs for all, dude.
Yeah,
We're
bibs,
very
dude. Bibs.
all pro bib, very pro bib here.
Dude, should we have a Polymac particle bib? Maybe we should be more. Maybe we should be selling some bibs over in the merch area. Hey, Dom, you get Noemi. I'll throw a bib on. I will throw a bib on. I'll tell you another thing. When Tony and I did our last Dwight Clark event a few months ago, Terry Reynolds, Kirk's beautiful wife, and we're going to talk Niners tonight. There was a great event last night where all the classic Niners got together. That AMC special about the Niner dynasty in the 80s is coming up on Sunday. I'm really looking forward to that. So all the luminaries were there, and we'll get into that. But anyway, the last time we had that event with Kirk and Terry Reynolds and Brent and BY, Terry sent me home with a Dwight Clark apron, bro. I actually have a Dwight Clark apron. It's badass. So, but I could use a bib. I'm not going to lie. I could use a bib. You know, Tony, are you, do you have any problem throwing a bib on? Would you wear one?
Absolutely not. There's a place in New Orleans called Pascal's Manali, dude, that when you order the barbecued shrimp, which is what I recommend you order when you go there, they will come and put the bib on you for you. They'll tie it in a knot behind you and say, this is, we're telling you, things are about to get messy. Things are about to get sloppy, and we're encouraging you to get sloppy.
Sometimes you got to bib up. You know what I always bib up to? And by the way, aspiring botanist, good to see you. He's talking bibs and loofahs. There's all kinds of stuff going on over there. But Tony, every single time, and I would expect you're the same. And I think I've dined with you at this place. The what's the I'm forgetting the name right now. It's a world legendary San Francisco spot, California Street, Financial District. They have the great seafood stew. Help me out.
Sam's?
Not Sam's. Oh, damn it. I can't believe I'm choking on this right now.
Tadich Grill.
Tadich Grill. Thank you. I told you I was losing my mind. I just told you 5 seconds ago. It was like Babe Ruth pointing at the wall. I'm losing it. Yes, the Tadich Grill, dude. When you get that seafood stew, you have to throw the bib on. You have to. Otherwise, 100%. It's all over your shirt, your pants. You walk out, you smell like lobster and butter. You know, you got to have that.
Skomas will slap a bib on you too if you order the cracked crab. If you order the cracked crab, they'll slap one on you and 100%. Say, get after it.
100%.
Roasted garlic cracked crab. Look out, man. Roasted garlic sitting in a pool of olive oil. Let's go.
Tony.
And then when you're done with the crab, you dunk that fresh San Francisco sourdough in the olive oil. Come on, man.
Andrew Markoulis, 4 martinis and Chiappino. Yeah, that'll do it, man. 4 martinis. That's a lot. Shout out to the Mad Men episode where they drank martinis and had to walk the stairs. And then Roger Sterling hurled all over the conference room. That was pretty funny. All right, Tony, I want to mention right now, real quick, we have a special guest joining us later on in the show tonight. He is Dan Coccimigio. You know him, and a lot of you already enjoy him and follow him. He is Dan from NorCal Sports. But we are very happy to announce Dan is going to be a new partner of ours on the show. So we're going to talk about his services over at Secure Money and what he can offer to the PMP community, because we're building a nice little roster now of sponsors. And luckily, they all provide services that can benefit all of us. That includes me, Tony, and the audience. So we'll talk to Dan later on. He's a skilled finance guy. Obviously, he's got a lot of passion it takes about the Giants and the Niners. So why don't we start, Tony, if you don't mind? I mean, I guess I'd like to start with the Warriors tonight. They're wrapping this game up right now. I'll give you another update in 2 seconds here.
Also, I want to welcome Dan's on the chat right now, and he was one that he said Rise of the 49ers Sunday night on AMC. Rise of the 49ers. By the way, Paulie, are you ready for like a good 2 hours of Tom Brady narration for the Rise of the 49ers?
He's got to even insert himself to this now. Like, he's like, can this guy just back off at anything? Let me enjoy a night of 49er memories without Tom Brady getting involved. Like, what? Who asked him? Like, I don't need Brady. Let him do a Patriot dynasty documentary. Right. Why is he involved with the Niner? Honestly, serious question. What does he have to do with the Niner?
Just grew up a Niner fan in San Mateo.
So did you. So did Dan from NorCal Sports. You need Dan from NorCal Sports narrating instead of Brady. I bet you we'd like that more.
You're not considered one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, though. No offense.
Consider it?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
I said you are not considered one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. Brady is. That's why he's narrating.
But I don't. You know, I don't want him talking Niners, dude. You know what I'm saying? Don't need it. Don't want it. Listen, don't need it. Don't want it. Didn't ask for it, but
Well,
here
it's
he comes
coming.
anyway.
It's coming fast and furious Sunday
Tony,
night.
we
It's
should,
gonna be
maybe,
great.
we should do to placate Tony. Maybe we should see if Russell Wilson's available, and then he could narrate the Niner thing, and then Tony would be happy.
If Darnold was available to narrate, I might be into it. I might be into it more.
Are we? I asked this question on social media today. I'm going to try to get a direct answer out of you right now. Are we approaching man crush territory with you and Darnold? And it's okay. I have my own. I got man crushes. Are you in that space with him where you look at him and you're like, oh, geez, look at that
Shannon
guy.
Kaler was my previous ginger man crush, but now Sam Darnold has replaced Shannon Kaler as my new ginger man crush. Oh, by the way, Stone Foxes tomorrow night at the Chapel, a Neil Young tribute show at the Chapel in San Francisco. The Stone Foxes, go check them out if you're in the city.
I love the Chapel. I've seen the Foxes at the Chapel before. That is an underrated, spoken about kind of, venue in the city. And if you haven't been to the Chapel, get over there, support the Stone Foxes, great rock band, local band. Shannon, we love Shannon.
Mm-hmm.
And I just love the joint. Was it an old church? I assume hence the name.
It was an old chapel, and though you can see when you walk in there, you can see how like it's the A-frame build of a chapel, and it's an old chapel. So I love that they call it the Chapel. I myself will be at the Guild seeing Gary Clark Jr., or else I'd be at the Chapel seeing the Stone Foxes. So
it's funny. There, go ahead, T.
No, go.
Well, I was just going to throw another kind of one of those unusual locations for a nightclub. Rags probably knows this too. There was, and a lot of you probably know this, there was like a world famous nightclub in New York City in the 70s, 80s, and 90s. Maybe it made it to the 2000s, but I think it shut down around 2000. And it was called the Limelight. And the Limelight, have you ever heard of the Limelight, Tony?
No.
Okay, it was like a later day version of like Studio 54, and like all the rock stars would hang out in there, models, all that kind of stuff. But the funny thing is, it was in a former church, so you got every kind of like objectionable behavior and unmentionable stuff going on, and it was where like they used to give mass. Something weird about that to me. You're like debauchery and church, they just don't go hand in hand, but that's where the Limelight was.
They kind of do, man. As a former altar boy, Paulie, we used to sneak tugs of wine, the altar wine, all the time as a kid when we were altar boys. So they do kind of mix if you're stealth about it. But Paulie, I also want to announce some sad news. The Parkside in Potrero Hill just announced that they're closing their doors in March, dude. So another independent music club shutting their doors. This is the neighbor to the bottom of the hill in Potrero Hill. So both places are closing this year. Really sad. I've been to the Parkside a few times. Great spot. So it's a sad to see it go. I think they're turning it into condos or something. So because that's what we need, Paulie. We need more condos. That's what we need, more condos. Okay, not music clubs, not independent music clubs for artists to express themselves, but we need more condos. That's all I got to say.
Well, you're talking about that joint closing down. Let's not forget the bottom of the hill just closed their doors, and that's really upsetting. I mean, the bottom of the hill was a legendary spot. Also in Potrero Hill for decades, 30, 40 years. The Beastie Boys played there once. I remember the night the Beasties were in there. It was freaking mayhem outside. So yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad to see the San Francisco music scene shriveling up like that. I mean, it's still out there, but it's not as thriving as it once was. Speaking of,
did you say the Beastie Boys, Paulie? Did you say the Beastie Boys?
I did.
Drop.
Okay. All right. Hey, Tony, how do you feel about this? I'm going to give you a scenario. You give me your natural response.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So sorry, go ahead.
No, finish.
So what's the scenario? Go.
What's the scenario? Tony, how do you feel about this? Jonathan Kuminga and Jimmy Butler for Giannis. Go.
I love Butler, but sorry, you got to do it now.
Same here. And I'll throw in more. I'll take the liberty of stepping into this. Joe Lacob, step aside. Let me help you out. Because yes, I will give up Kuminga. Yes, I will give up. And I love Butler too. I really do. I've always loved Jimmy Butler, not just when he put on the Warriors uniform. I've been a fan of that guy's whole career. I mean, dude, I watched him put the Miami Heat on his back and drag them into the finals. Like, he was a one-man show. Very impressed, and I love the way he plays the game. He plays at his own pace. He makes the game slow down. He can get to the line at will, and he probably does that better than anybody in the NBA, or certainly top 2 or 3 guys that can do that. But, and now he's going to be coming off this injury. I mean, listen, Giannis is a total game changer. He gives you size. He gives you shooting. He can do everything. Obviously, he's been an MVP. He's a champion. And I know Curry loves him. I don't know what the realistic possibility is of this whole deal, but that's what I'm hearing. I'm sure a lot of you saw this today too, over and over again. I saw Butler and Kuminga.
Mhm.
Maybe they throw in some draft picks, Tony. Maybe you sweeten the deal with a Pajemski. I would just do whatever it took to bring in Giannis before Steph is too old to really compete. And the clock's ticking,
I saw Brian Windhorst was saying the clearest path for Giannis is to the Warriors. So
I didn't
there's
see that. Tell me about that, please.
Yeah, I just saw a quick video. That's all he said. Basically, is the clearest path is the Warriors because it's the easiest, it's the cleanest deal that could be made just between the two teams with avoiding a multi-team deal. I love the idea of Giannis coming here, dude. He's an international man of mystery, dude, because he's like worldly and he would love the Bay Area. Nothing against Milwaukee in that area of the country, but come to the Bay Area, man, and explore all the different cultures and all the different cuisines and all the different beautiful spots in the Bay Area. I think Giannis would love it. Curry would welcome him with open arms. Draymond would be stoked. All the younger dudes would be stoked. I think it'd be amazing. And you're gonna get at least 2 more years of just super amped Curry, who's just okay.
Yeah.
Nothing against Butler. But
We love Jimmy. I love freaking Jimmy. I know you do too. It's funny, Tony, over on the comment line, I'm watching everybody kind of react to what we're talking about. Lily, I would be stoked too, believe me. Neil Zanardi, Paulie, we need a Lake Up voice pitch. Okay, all right. Well, stand by, Neil. I got that coming. And by the way, Neil, thanks for the hospitality yesterday. Neil Zanardi from Long Beach is with us. We're going to talk about Long Bridge a little bit later on. We had a great sit down yesterday over at LBP. Papusa Fiend said, listen, if we bring in Giannis, I'm changing my handle from Papusa Fiend to Euro Fiend. By the way, what's the difference between a falafel and a Euro? I don't know. I'm asking y'all.
Oh, dude, falafel is like a
grain. I know what I've eaten many falafels. What's the difference?
It looks like a meatball. It's like a vegetarian meatball made
Correct.
out of. But a gyro is in pita bread with meat and everything. So that's the
okay. Oh, I didn't know gyros have meat. Well, that sounds good. I should probably eat one of those. Yeah, thanks, Andy.
Gyro is exactly.
Yeah.
And yes, Don Peralta, a chickpea ball is falafel, basically.
I'll tell you what, I ate my share of chickpea balls, especially at Grateful Dead shows. I was a falafel head. I was like my pregame meal. I would look for a hippie selling falafels. I'd be like, give me one of those. Drill that and then get into the show. I did it many, many times. I saw Don Peralta just list. He said Vegas has the odds of Giannis landing in Golden State at 6%. That's kind of discouraging. I know there are a lot of other teams out there that want him, that can maybe offer him a more appealing thing. I mean, the greatest weapon or seductive piece we have is Steph Curry. And I also think that Giannis would enjoy being coached by Steve Kerr. I do. I think he would like that. Yeah,
definitely, Paulie. That's a great point. You throw in the curve factor too. Yeah, 6%. I mean, what are the Lakers, like 15%? Like, Tom, give us some other percentages, or I'll look that up myself because I'm wondering what other teams have higher percentages. I feel like Giannis can call his shot here, right?
He can. He definitely can. Yeah,
and I would think that the Bay Area would be a very intriguing place for him. That's just my 2 cents.
Well, not only that, but I mean, you were talking about the posse, and I mean, think about it, dude. Let's be fair. And I got no problem with Milwaukee. You know what I mean? You got Hank Aaron over there. You got freaking, the Happy Days guys.
Bob Uecker, dude. You got the Uke. Dude.
I got Bob Uecker. I got Brewers Ball. I got Richie Cunningham, Fonzarelli. They're all from Milwaukee. But I got to tell you, San Francisco. We're as Joe Lacob would say, we're light years ahead. San Francisco is we have far more to offer than little old Milwaukee, which I think Giannis would enjoy. But if Giannis needed a little flavor, a little memory of home, dude, we can take him right over to Kakari, one of the greatest Greek restaurants in the entire city. And by the way, shout out to the freaking wine list at Kakari.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. And I'm not a wine connoisseur, but I've seen their wine cellar. It's bigger than my house, Tony. You know what I mean? It's bigger than my freaking house.
Dude,
so anyway,
a couple things, dude. First of all, the only thing the Bay Area doesn't have that Milwaukee has is Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated. We don't have Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated.
Schlamafo, Haas and Pfeffer Incorporated. Yeah, we're gonna do it. Give a city rule, we'll take it.
Totally.
Give a city rule, we'll break it. Yeah, a little Laverne and Shirley. I grew up with that crap, dude. Laverne and Shirley,
man. Me too. And Laverne and Shirley for life. But I see Noemi chirping a little bit saying, yeah, Giannis, come to my Lakers. Noemi just...
What?
Yes, yes. Noemi's like, see, this again goes back to my original thoughts of nobody's perfect, dude. Scarlet Fire, amazing person, Yankee fan. Noemi Catalina, great person, a Lakers fan. You know what I mean?
Rags, my blood brother, Cowboys fan. Yeah.
Nobody's perfect, Paulie. So it's okay. It's okay. You take the good, you take the bad, you take them all, and there you have the facts of life. Okay.
Look at this kid. This kid's rolling tonight. I like that, Tony. I like that. Keep all the sitcom song coming all night long. Hey, PMP, Los D, reminding all of us, great friend to the program and 70s icon Donnie Most. You know what I'm saying? He was doing his thing in Milwaukee too. Hey, listen to this. Consider this. When Mork from Ork, okay, first touchdown on planet Earth, where did he go? Milwaukee. He had to totally. He had to go battle Fonzarelli. 100%. 100%.
Nanu Shazbot, dude. I had a T-shirt with those words on it as a kid. It was my favorite T-shirt. I wore the thing out, man. I loved it.
I gotta tell you, I know I've said this before. This is kind of like it's one of the. I just have to uphold my responsibilities in the music community, and this is a very important part of that. And I have to remind everybody again. If you listen to the great AC/DC album with Bon Scott called Highway to Hell, every song on that record is, I mean, that's a perfect record. But the last song of the album is called Night Prowler. Really creepy song, dude. Really creepy. I'm the Night Prowler. I sleep in the day. I'm the Night Prowler. Get out of my way. It's a very scary song. If you listen to the whole song, the song's fading out. The last thing you hear on the record is Bon Scott comes back to the mic and he goes, Shazbot, Nanu Nanu. And if you think about it, that is the last time we ever heard Bon Scott's voice, because then he passed away and he left us. But so the last recorded piece of Bon Scott is Shazbot Nanu Nanu, just for your head. Yeah.
Paulie, I cannot listen to that song. I have PTSD of that song because when the Night Stalker was on his rampage when I was a kid, I read an article that was this like a song that he would listen to.
Oh, I bet he did. It's like his theme song. It was like written about him almost. Yeah.
So it's like I can't listen to that song anymore because that song scared the living S out of me, dude. So well, anyways, we don't need to talk about the Night Stalker, but I'm glad he was caught. The night he got caught, I was like, I wanted to have a party. Down in LA, he got hit by pipes and stuff. It was crazy.
Hey, Tony, we have a final, by the way. And thank you, Robot Centaur, our official anchorman over at the PMP Sports Desk. He alerts us the Warriors have won the game in Utah. They've been playing good basketball overall. I know they had a tough time in Minnesota the other day, but they still split that 2-game set. 140-124. Warriors currently 5 games over 500, 22 and 27 and 22. Pardon me. I know they
lost that second game to Minnesota, but nobody played. You know, so it's like
nobody played, and obviously everybody had broken hearts in Minnesota. It was just a tough night and a really heavy atmosphere and stuff. So, but they've been playing pretty good ball overall. So again, like, listen, I don't know what the likelihood is. If you're going on Don Peralta's Vegas odds, it doesn't look good statistically that Giannis would land in Golden State. But I'm going to hold out hope until this thing is done. But you know, as Tony, how about this little crosstown riff? As a Giants fan, I'm already used to and I'm conditioned to get my hopes up for these free agents, and then they never come to San Francisco. So I'm used to it. You know what I mean? Like I'm conditioned for a big letdown if Joe Lacob can't close the deal.
I just did a quick search, Paulie. It says the Knicks have the best odds.
I've heard that. Yeah, the Knicks. It's an appealing place. I mean, they're probably the one or two top 2-3 teams in the East. They might even be the best team in the East, depending, when the season's over. And that would be the final piece. I mean, you add Giannis to the Knicks, they could probably find themselves in the finals like this year.
Yeah, no question. And that's the same argument about San Francisco I would give about New York with just the multicultural aspect and he would
I hope he doesn't go south though, like the blinding lights of the big city too. What if he turns into like Robert Downey Jr. in less than 0? You know what I mean? He can't stop, like Giannis goes corrupt once we bring him into the big city. I hope not. I'm just breaking his balls. He's a good guy. Giannis is a really good kid. And
hold on, dude. I got a Night Stalker update. Hold on a second, dude. I got Pine Needle, first of all, saying, what's all this Night Stalker talk? And then I got Dan Coccimigio, who's joining us in a little while from NorCal Sports.
Yeah.
Night Stalker Richard Ramirez escaped prison in Chino, California, the town I was living in. It was a freaky thing. That guy was out there in 1984. Dude, Dan.
He escaped? I didn't know he escaped. Did you know that?
Yes, I unfortunately I was like, I want to read about this guy getting caught or get something. So I would just because he was around San Francisco and LA, and then he was just wild, man. It scared the living bejesus out of me and my sisters. So, Dan, I appreciate that because I was freaked out too, man. So glad he was caught, and I can't listen to Night Prowler, Paulie. I'll listen to any other AC/DC, just not Night Prowler.
I'll tell you what you're going to listen to. You're going to listen to the Polymac Particle Boys talking about Peralta Arts and Company. That's what you're going to listen to, because it's time to talk Peralta Arts and Company. One of our favorite people on the planet Earth. His name is Dom Peralta. I spent a long time on the phone with Dom today. This kid's always helping us out in so many different ways. I don't even have time to go through it all. But thanks for the wrap today, Dom. You helped me out with the tax stuff and all that. That was very helpful. But right now, let's talk about what Dom does. This is how he pays his bills. He does it with Peralta Arts and Company. This is where graphic design, illustration, music, and pop culture all collide. And what's so cool is we've already got cross-pollination going right now as we speak. Our very own art director and dear friend Dom Peralta is working with Dan, NorCal Sports, Dan Coccimigio. They are hard at work together. They're updating their logo, the Secure Money logo. You're looking at it in front of you right now. And Dom has had his hands in that. So thank you for doing that, Dom. And I'm sure Dan appreciates it as well. Nice, dude. That is bad at that. You know what, Tony? I got logo envy. I really do. I got some logo envy going.
That's the logo that Dan and Dom are working on. Dom's working on for Dan's NorCal.
I need that. I need that on a shirt. I need that on a hat. I need that, Tony. I need that on a bib, if I may. You know?
Dude, no homers, just truth. Now that is freaking money, dude. Great job, Dom. Great job. That is so fantastic.
Leave that up there. Leave that up there for a couple of minutes, because I want to finish telling you about Dom's services. Dom and Peralta Arts will channel pop culture as they do. Music. Dom's a big music lover. And, of course, all the energy within the Bay Area community. And he does that with every project. He's got a piece of the Bay in everything he does. Behold, you can see it right there. Mm-hmm. I see the glow. I see the globe right there. Logos, posters, fine art, and brand visuals, all that celebrate Bay Area culture. And we do love Bay Area culture around here. Your story deserves bold visuals. Peralta Arts and Company brings them to life with Bay Area soul. I know you got soul. And contact Peralta Arts and bring your next vision to life. Look what he did. Look what he just did for Dan. You got the proof right there. Have Dom go to work for you, man. Give him an assignment. Be like, Dom, I got, my parents' 50th wedding anniversary. I need a big poster. Get creative with Dom. He'll make it sing for you. And all you got to do is email Dom at dominic@stellar.design or call him 650-796-3144, Big T.
Yeah, there's a couple other things I'm going to share from Dom, from the artistic files of Dom that he's put together. And this is in self-deprecation. I just want to just remind people that this is I like the Seahawks over the Patriots. That's another reason why I'm Dom made this one today as part of the 12th man. There you go.
Yeah.
That's me at the fish market. 12th man flag in the back. And then earlier this week, on Monday, I believe it was, he had the there it is, the Seattle Fish Market. He threw me into the Seattle Fish Market catching a fish. Or am I throwing
concentration? Look at with your Seattle friends. You're so happy with all of your Seattle paisan. The guy on the far left, what, he got suntan lotion on his nose? The joy of you guys enjoying a nice day at the Seattle Fish Market. It looks like a lot of fun, Tony.
A lot of fun. It'll be a lot of fun watching the Seahawks beat the Patriots. So
look how happy your boys are. What are their names, Tony? What are your friends' names?
Well, I can't recall. It was
Introduce them.
It was such a fun time that we never even got to the pleasantries of introducing ourselves. We were so focused on the fish.
It's awfully nice that you put on your vinyl overalls too to protect yourself from all the fish droppings that could. You can see your boys got suspenders on. You've got the big smock on. You meant business, Tony. That's clear. Everybody can see that.
Well, and like the Seahawks come February 8th, is it? February 8th, they mean business as well, and they're going to handle their business. I think they cover the spread. I think it's 4.5. I think they cover the spread and win Super Bowl 60. Darnold gets a Super Bowl ring before Lamar Jackson, before Josh Allen. Very interesting. So.
Okay. Well, very good, Tony. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll leave that there. But again, Peralta Arts and Company, listen, they're going to knock it out of the park, man. And he's been doing it for us for so long. And again, you've seen all of the imagery that he's made for the show. He's made our logo. Obviously, he's working with Dan from NorCal right now on his logo, and he can do the same for you, regardless of what your needs are. Maybe it's a marketing campaign. Maybe you're an independent contractor, advertising guy, and you just need visuals. Talk to Dom. I'm telling you, he's going to get it done. He's going to get it done with resounding results, and he's going to get it done in a timely fashion. And if I'm curt with you, Tony, it's because time's a factor. So again, Peralta, I'm doing a little Harvey Keitel, the wolf. From
Totally. Love it. Love it. I want to show this
please
one
with sugar on top. Clean the effing car. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I could go on that scene forever, man. That's one of my favorite scenes.
I need you to go in the back and pick up all those little pieces of brain and skull. Yeah.
Yeah. You're the one that should be on Brain Detail.
Yeah. Matter of fact, what am I doing in the back seat? Yeah. You're the one who should be on Brain Detail. Yeah. Matter of fact. Yeah.
I love this logo because I am biased, of course, but I think that California has the best state flag in all of.
I have to agree.
Right?
I have to agree, man. We got the bear walking around. I mean, I love that freaking flag.
And I love that Dom and Dan incorporated that into this logo. So great work, Dom. And again, if you want to call Dom, 650-796-3144 or email Dom at dominic@stellar.design.
Hey, man. Hey, Tony, I don't know if you remember this, but we're going to bring Dan on in a couple of minutes. Stand by for that. And we'll give the Long Bridge Pizza some love as well. But I don't know if you remember this, Tony, a few months ago, maybe it was a month ago. I don't know. We were talking about flags, and the same thing came up again. We were talking about how much the both of us each really love the California flag. And then I started riffing. It was like a riff, but there was a lot of truth in it, too. I was like, what is, and Rags, again, my New Jersey brother and correspondent for the PNP community, you got to help me out with this. What is the New Jersey state flag? I have no idea. And I remember saying, Tony, it should be just a flag with a slice of pepperoni pizza, just flapping in the breeze, just or a whole pizza, like with Florham Park's logo on it or something like that. But Rags, that's what I think it should be. Pizza on the flag. I have no idea what it really is. None. No clue.
I'm looking at it right now, and it looks like a coat of arms or something. It's do you know? I mean, do you know? I
honestly have no idea. I don't know what it is. No clue.
Here you go. This is it. This is the New Jersey state flag, and I would never have guessed this. It's
Rax says it's a couple of dudes holding some shit. Whatever that means, I don't know. Okay, no, Rax, you're right. They are.
Hold on, Cron update. Sorry, I just gotta mark that down. 8:36. Yeah, dude, I don't know. I never, if somebody would have showed this to me and said, what is this? I would not have been able to say the New Jersey state flag.
Let me tell you this right now. I went to high school in New Jersey. I made a lot of great friends back there. I've never seen two guys standing around in New Jersey like that. Never. With the flowing gowns and the horse head. I don't know when they made this flag, man. I have no idea what's going on there.
It's actually two women. And I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to do some research on this. Oh, the state flag was adopted on March 26, 1896. And that's the only flag of 50 state flags that have a background of buff, although frequently this is incorrectly shown as yellow. Yellow, they're saying the only state flag with that color. I was looking for anything to say about what it is talking about, but it doesn't say what the flag is about. So it's the coat of arms appears in the center of the New Jersey flag. Yeah, I don't know.
No, we're good. We've gone far enough with that. Yeah, Rags is finally setting the record straight. He goes, we should update that flag and just have it be Rags's hand in the octopus position. I would support that 100%. I'll make a donation right now for Rags's hand as the octopus as the state flag. Rags, start the fundraiser, and I'm in. If you need a contribution, I'm your man. All right,
why don't you put this as the New Jersey state flag just for fun? Just you can put that as a New Jersey state flag. Your guy Bill. Well,
I'll tell you what, he's going to have a lot more time to oppose with his chick like that because the Pro Football Hall of Fame said, we don't want you. We don't want you. And by the way, you know what I say about Bill Belichick as a head coach? Tony, what's he ever done? Why should we let him in the Hall of Fame? What's he ever done except win 8 Super Bowls, 2 with the Giants as a coordinator behind Parcells and 6 as a head coach. And they're like, nah, maybe next time, bro. What the hell are we doing, man?
It's pretty bad, dude.
Even if you hate Belichick's guts, obviously you guys know I don't like Patrick Mahomes. I know he belongs in the Hall of Fame. Like I'm mature enough to at least say that. What are these people doing? Now, I heard some speculation. There's resistance because of the scandals he was involved with, Spygate, what have you, Deflategate, all that, whatever. I don't think any of that should, It should. I mean, I just don't. I'm sorry. He did it so many times, year in, year out. I don't know what the committee was looking at, because I saw the Patriots. We all saw the Patriots dominate the NFL for a couple of decades. So, how do you feel about that, Tony? Just as an objective guy, I say he should have gone in first ballot.
If he, and I think this was Brady's take, if he doesn't get in, then no coach should get in. Like, how could you not?
It's a total joke. Yeah.
Brady's right on the money here. It's like you said, 8 rings, dude. And
8, Tony.
The first reference that was made to the Patriots getting back to the Super Bowl was Bill Belichick and the dynasty of the Patriots. I don't know. And by the way, the Spygate thing, it wasn't just him. By the way, there was a whole posse of people involved in that thing.
Right.
So sure. I mean, and by the way, if you dug deep enough, for a lot of people going into the Hall of Fame, you'll find something.
Oh, dude, of course. Dude. Are you kidding? Right. Of course. They're all crooked, man. Come on. So, you guys, everybody's going to look for an advantage. Believe me, there are no saints out there in the NFL. They're all looking for a competitive edge. If they got to steal a playbook, if they got to get up in the tree with binoculars, they're going to do it. And Tony's right. They all have blood on their hands in one way or another. So I thought it was a really bad look. Tony, can we do this real quick since we're talking pro football? Can we show some of the 49ers from the party last night? And before we go to Dan, can we do that real quick?
Yeah. Stand by, dude. It's good stuff. Let me get into bookmarks.
All right. So while Tony is pulling that out, I'll reset this. If you haven't seen this, AMC, the network AMC is going to have a special starting on Sunday night. I think it's a 2-part thing, And it's a special, a documentary about the glory days of the San Francisco 49ers. So they had a big party last night. And I'll tell you, when these old Niners Tony, you've seen it. You've been to these events.
Yep.
These guys behave like it's like when you and I see each other. I mean, it's like the best of friends getting together after not seeing each other for a while. And they were all there. Eddie D right here in front of you, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice, Ronnie Lott, Steve Young, Hall of Famers, all of them. And it's just great to see the guys together having a good time. So let's revisit. This is last night as the boys got back together, T.
Well, this is Eddie D, just kind of very just blunt.
He's a gangster. Eddie D is my favorite of all time. He's such a sweet man, and this is about, like, would you have ever gone this long without winning a Super Bowl? Is that what we're about to watch?
Yeah, but it's the very end of the clip, but it's great stuff. It's only
set it up, though, T. Set it up.
It's only 18 seconds. He's getting interviewed, and then you'll see at the end they ask him about the 31-year drought. How would you feel about the 31 drought, or what would you do about the? So here we go.
But I think it takes something special to be able to sustain greatness, if you want to call it that.
How frustrating would it be if you're the owner and you go 31 years without a championship?
I wouldn't.
Dude.
Bingo. You know what? It's funny. Like, you got to ask yourself this seriously. If Eddie DeBartolo still owned the 49ers, would Shanahan still be the coach? And I'm not kidding. I'm dead serious. After losing 2 Super Bowls, I think Eddie D would have shown him the door. That's why.
Question.
I don't think he'd still be here.
I think it takes something.
Sorry. Yeah, I seriously, dude. I don't know, man. You're right. You might be right, Paulie, because he wouldn't tolerate it. He just wouldn't tolerate it. That's what I'm saying.
He essentially forced Seifert to step down. Who was at the time that George Seifert stepped down? He had the highest winning percentage of any coach in NFL history. You know why Eddie D said, "Here's the door"? Because we lost a divisional game to Green Bay. He's like, "That's it, you're gone.
Yeah.
Grab your stuff." Like, so I can't see him being too psyched about going to 2 Super Bowls and losing them both. I just don't see it.
No, and I think he would have been long gone. It's just I don't know what else they'd be out there, because look at the coaches that are getting hired now, dude. Like. And by the way, Jim Schwartz pissed off in Cleveland, didn't get the head coaching job. So if you need a D coordinator, Kyle Shanahan, may the Schwartz be with you. Okay.
Or as they say in Spaceballs, Tony, my Schwartz is bigger than yours.
Dude,
and
both Spaceball references. I love Spaceballs. And there's supposed to be another Spaceballs movie coming out this year.
Let's hope so, man. My Schwartz is bigger than yours. And Tony, let me see a couple of more Niner clips, and I want to meet Dan. I want to introduce Dan.
Oh, yeah. Here's Joe. Let's give you some Joe. Stand
I'll take as much Joe as you're giving.
Yeah, he says he can't pick a favorite Super Bowl ring, but stand by. Here we go.
Okay.
Volume's good. Yeah, we go.
No, they're also different. Like the 81 was the first time you go. 84 we played at home. 80, was it 89 and 88, yeah, 89 and 90. You know, you go and you play Sam White, who was my first coach here in San Francisco. And, you know, it's like beating your best friend. You throw a touchdown to win at the end of the game, and then you find out it's not very good to play really well. You throw a lot of touchdowns because they take you out of the only game you don't want to come out of, the Super Bowl against Denver. And so they all have special needs.
Dude, he still looks so freaking good, by the way.
Tony, let me tell you how much I love that man. I freaking love Joe Montana. No, you were right. There's more Eddie D. Let's see what he's got right there.
There we go. There we go. Stand by. This is Eddie D. By the way, look at Eddie D with the hairstyle.
Let him go. Let him go. Whatever he wants to do. Maybe he'll get a mohawk with Karen Bell.
Nice. Nice tie knot, by the way. Look at that knot.
Yeah, let him go. Tie. Let Eddie do his thing. Absolutely.
Here we go. Stand by.
Yeah, I think it's important that they can see what happened and the legacy that was created. The great players that we had, who are all still dear friends of mine.
Yeah.
I think this really, really helps. I hope it also helps the present day 49ers. You know, if they can see this and watch it and see what we were able to do, I think it will help them because they've had some great teams. You know, they've just sort of been unlucky, if you want to call it that. They had, their injuries and everything. They've been to 2 Super Bowls. I thought they were going to go this year, but I think this will help them too.
That's so good, man. God,
Frank gets me so emotional. You know, you see Eddie D out there, it makes you think about what was back in the day, how like unstoppable the Niners were. And I'll never forget. Last thing I'll say, and then I want to bring in Dan. I want to say that when the Niners won the NFC Championship in '94, they beat Dallas. They're down on the field at Candlestick, running around. Steve Young's taking a lap. Eddie D gets up on the podium, and they're giving him like the NFC, conference championship trophy, whatever the hell that thing is. And he grabs the mic and he goes, Eddie DeBartolo. It's out there. You can find it on YouTube. They just finished beating the Cowboys. The game's over 5 minutes. And he grabs the mic and he goes, and by the way, he's like, I want to thank the players. I want to thank the fans, blah, blah, blah. And he goes, and by the way, we'll be back in 2 weeks with the Lombardi trophy. Thank you. And he walks away. And so it's like in other words, there was no doubt.
Yeah.
And he's like, we're not going to the Super Bowl to lose these bad boys. We're coming home with the trophy. So anyway, I miss the swagger, I miss the confidence, and I miss the certainty of those years because it just harkens back to, the best era in 49er history. And we're still trying to get back there.
100. That's why I'm so fired up for this, to watch this show, The Rise of the 49ers. I'm really excited. Regardless of the Brady factor, I'm very excited to see all that footage. I was just watching the drive. Carlos De La Fuente sent us on text. He sent the drive against the Bengals from Montana. He sent it on text. I watched the whole thing again. I was like,
every snap. Yep.
Quickly, and I'll get out of bookmarks real quick, and then we'll bring Dan onto the show. What I loved watching was how quickly Montana got rid of the football. The D-line didn't have a chance to get in there because he was so decisive. He was just carving.
And the drop back. Watch the feet on the drop back. He glides, dude. He's a freak. He's like a dancer, bro. He glides back and then bam, darts, bam, darts. Dart to Rice, dart to Craig, dart. Like Rice, nobody throws a football like that anymore. Joe is a surgeon, man. He throws such a beautiful ball. Anyway, sorry.
Underrated catch by John Frank on that drive. Early in the drive, underrated catch.
Tony, please. Dr. John Frank.
Yeah, Dr. John Frank, exactly. 86, if I'm not mistaken.
Number 86 with the neck roll, the neck roll. And by the way, so right after that Super Bowl, he's like, you know what, guys, I'm good. I got my Super Bowl ring. I'm going to go back to my medical career now. And that opened the door for Brent Jones. Enter Brent Jones. Yeah.
Respect, man. Respect. Hey, real quick, before we bring Dan on, there's a couple of supers. Mark Gravy Graves is a super, and he says he gifted a Polymax Particles membership. So I love that, Gravy. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you, Gravy.
I love the Boston profile pick, even though I'm against Boston this week or next week. I love the Boston profile pick, and thank you, Gravy. That's very nice of you, man. Really appreciate that. And then Patty from Napa is a super. She says, why are we not in the Super Bowl this year with 5 5 question marks.
That's one for each trophy that we have, by the way. One question mark for each Super Bowl trophy. Thank you, Patty. I love you. And I feel the same way. I feel the same way. I'm still kind of frustrated. I still can't believe that Shanahan couldn't scheme something up. And I know he's not on the field running plays, but still, I thought he would have some wrinkles for that Seattle defense to at least get him into the end zone. They couldn't do it. Couldn't even get into the end zone.
That's why I think they're just going to roll. I mean, not roll New England, but I think they'll handle New England. That defense and the combination that they have on offense we've talked about it with Walker and Smith and Jigba and the 2 tight ends and Darnold. With that, pair that with the defense, I think it's just too much for New England personally.
Creative Tony, I appreciate that. Thank you for that. And I will say this, tomorrow we'll talk to one of the best in town, Scott Ostler from the San Francisco Chronicle is going to join us. And we'll throw all these questions at Scott, Super Bowl stuff, Giannis to the Bay, Giants, everything. We'll hit Scott. We're going to hit Scott over the head with the kitchen sink, and he's going to have answers because he's the best. I love Scott. But now, for the first time on Polymax Particles. Now, again, I know a lot of you know this guy. He is Dan Coccimigio, and he does his own show on the NorCal Sports Network. In fact, I watched Dan and Los D before the Philly Niner playoff game. I watched their pregame show. It was really good. And I know Dan is a passionate Giants fan, passionate 49er fan, big Bay Area guy. And but let's meet him now because he's our newest partner, and we're going to bring him on as a formal sponsor. We'll start his ads on Friday. But for tonight, I just wanted you guys to meet him and get familiar with some of the services he provides. If you've never met Dan before, Tony, let's do it.
Yeah, let's bring Dan into the show. Let's say, hey, what's up, Dan?
Hey, guys. Great to be on. Great to be with you guys.
By the way, Dan, look at that backdrop, man. I love the wall of hats.
Yeah, that's the standings. That's the night, the last year, the way it ended up.
Nice.
Nice.
2025. Yeah, Giants crawled all the way up to 3rd.
Hey, do you make those changes throughout the season?
I start messing with them after about 3 weeks into the season. You know, I just I don't want to change them every day. But you started talking Niners, and man, I said I got to grab. I had this hat on. I says I got so many hats. It's unreal.
Yeah.
I got Giants, Niners hats, Warriors, all coming out. My kazoo here. It's just unreal. But I said, the Niner, man, I am so excited for this weekend, this thing to come out. I watched that drive too. I actually, Los and I text a lot, and I sent that thing to Los, and he must have forwarded on. But I that play to Taylor, Rice goes in motion, and Jerry's, he's saying, they think it's coming to me, and pulls the safety away, and Joe just 3-step drop, boom,
bang.
1, 2, 3, bang.
Yep.
Right down
right down Broadway. Right down Broadway. Yep.
I mean, it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. I was sick that day. I had the flu. I was like, that was what, 88, but played in 89.
Correct.
So I was 27, 20. I turned 28 in later on that year. So I was so sick, but I was just like still able to jump up, 103 fever. And it's just, had that awful flu that goes around once in a while, but that was such a, that game it was 6-6 at the end of the 3rd. And when you play squares, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had 6-6. And I'm watching this game. I go, I got it. $100, $100 back in 1990 was, or 89. Pretty good, it was $10 a square. So it was a work deal. And in fact, one of my workmates was Ronnie Lott's cousin. So
nice.
But anyway, 6-6. I go, only way I can lose this $100 is if this guy runs the kickoff back. And what do you know?
He did. Yeah, that's right.
Ran the kickoff back.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So
well,
I never won any squares before in those games, and I that was the one I was going to win.
Well, let me ask you this, Dan. Right before we brought you on, and you probably heard us talk. And by the way, we will talk about Dan's services and all the everything he can offer to the Polymax Particle community. We're going to get to that in a minute. But a little sports first, Dan. We were just and I guess that was me, but I was speculating that if Eddie DeBartolo was still the owner of the 49ers and he was still involved, and as passionate as he was back in the day, I don't think Shanahan would still be here. I really don't. I don't think Eddie. Do you? I'm asking, how do you view that? What do you think?
Yeah, John the Baptist on a platter. Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. No, he would have been gone. I mean, he got rid of Seifert, like you said. They lost to Green Bay. Seifert won 2 Super Bowls.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Yeah, 2 Super Bowls. But that's See, that's because Eddie DeBartolo established that standard. It was like,
Yep.
we're not here to win the division. We're not here to win like a playoff game. We're here to win Super Bowls. That's what
Yep.
we're in the business of doing. And I feel, Dan, like that whole concept and that whole atmosphere has really been lost over the years. Yes, they've had a lot of success, but I got to say, Dan, we're extremely frustrated as 49er fans, and it's been so hard to watch them not only go to 2 Super Bowls with Shanahan. How about this? Think about this, Dan. In both of those games, the Niners had 10-point leads in the second half and couldn't close.
Yeah. If you ask me where I'm at with Kyle, I'm kind of one of those guys that I like Kyle, but then there's things I dislike. And the things that bother me about him is he seems to play not to lose instead of playing to win. Like put the throttle down and put it, take it to him. Just 4th and 1 in your own territory. I think I'll punt. That Rams game in the NFC Championship, I think they had 4 times they had the ball 4th and they were up by 10, and he just didn't want to put them away. He was just kind of let the Rams hang around. Yeah. When you got them beat, man, you just cut the head off the snake, man. Get rid of them. But that's me. I'm a little more aggressive.
Yeah.
Dan, I was relieved to see him actually in the first half of the Philly game. Towards the tail end of the first half, he was actually trying to score some points. We had Juwan Jennings jogging back to the huddle, jogging back to the line of scrimmage. But I was excited to see, instead of Shanahan kneeling on it, even though we had 3 timeouts on the board, he actually went for it. I'm like, okay, this is maybe a new wrinkle for Shanahan, and maybe he takes notes in the offseason, and we see more of that next year.
I think he's going to have to change some of that. But, he hasn't had the big play receiver really.
Right.
No, I agree.
Since Julio Jones in Atlanta, right? Ayuk was great, but he wasn't Julio Jones.
No.
Hey, Dan, are you paying Juwan Jennings $22 million a year?
No way.
No way. Hell no. No.
He's not even really at best. He's a good number 2 at best.
There you go. He's okay. Yeah, he's okay. He's an average. He's good. He's a good possession receiver. He's had a few good games. This guy's over here asking for $20 million a year. It's like, Holmes, no way.
No way.
So, and you're right, Dan. You really nailed it, because you're right. The Niner offense has not had like a real marquee wide receiver in some years. Even when Debo was at his best, it was brief. It was like a brief flat.
And it was more. It was more. Sweeps and slants. It wasn't like down the field plays.
Nope.
He just hasn't had that. He had a great offense in Atlanta. He had Julio Jones, and he had those 2 backs, Freeman and can't remember the other guy, but they had 2 really good backs.
Yeah.
And of course, he had the great quarterback there that now is running the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
I saw him, Matt Ryan, in a game in Arizona in the playoffs. That was back when Arizona was the 4 seed. They won the year they went to the Super Bowl, actually.
Right.
Yeah, the year they went to the Super Bowl, and that was a great Super Bowl against Pittsburgh, man. They almost had it.
Yeah,
that's right. And Paulie, you mentioned Debo. Dan, I asked Paulie this off the air before the show, and we were going to get into it at some point. But since Paulie brought it up, and since we're talking Niners right now, I've seen chatter about bringing Debo back.
No,
to the Niners.
No, please, no.
Dan,
I saw that the other day, and I said, what the hell would you be doing that for? The guy cannot separate. Now he's like 3 years older than when he was actually decent.
Yep.
He had that 1 year, 21, where he was, all pro, all world. I think he was the cover of, he was NFL player, offensive player of the year or something. He was unbelievable. But we're going into 2026.
Yeah.
The way this guy plays,
right?
He beats up his body.
Yeah.
I tell you, I'm a huge Niner fan, but I'm also a realist. They've got to fix this team next year. They've got to get some receivers.
Yeah.
They got to fix the trenches. They've got to get stronger. Because CMC, how many times can he continue to carry the ball?
I was worried about that all year, Dan. I mean, I was really happy he was still as healthy as he was in the postseason. But you're right; they overworked him. I mean, he led the team in receptions, led the team in carries, and he took a hell of a pounding this year. So you're right; that's a big concern. Is that they can't overwork him again next year?
I mean, I look at McVay. McVay and Kyle, they're from the same tree. They're best, but they're kind of good buddies, I guess, and they came up together as head coaches. You look at the way McVay plays. He plays Corum and Kyron Williams, and he doesn't okay, Kyron's the better back. You get 80%, and Corum gets 20. It's close to a 50-50 split.
Dan, I'd like to see Jordan James get more action next year because he had a burst. He had a burst, and it's like, I know that they had Brian Robinson Jr. and they were trying to get the most out of him, but he never seemed to ever break one or pop one or really have that burst that young kid Jordan James showed. And I'm like, okay, that's showing me something. Did you see the same thing? Do you feel the same way?
I like what James did. I mean, it was mop-up time, and probably had second teamers in there for Seattle, but still, he gets to the hole quick. He runs low, which you like, and he's got some shiftiness. So I like a guy like that. I mean, the Niners have to. I don't know why Kyle. I think that's his biggest problem is he's stubborn. His stubbornness.
He's very stubborn.
If he would just look. I mean, we see it. Why is CMC running 450 touches this year? I mean, the guy's. You're gonna wear this guy out
big time.
He's got very little life left in those legs for football. I mean, for peak performance, he might go another 3-4 years, but running backs shelf life isn't the greatest.
It's tough. It's tough. And what do you think, Dan? What do you think about the talk? And I'm sure you've heard this. There are a lot of rumors bubbling up about this right now, actually, that the Niners would be, very well served to pursue Max Crosby. And there are some people that think there's a likelihood that could happen. Now, I don't know what that would involve in terms of the deal and bringing him over here, but just as a player, I mean, that to me, Dan, is a kind of move that will make an immediate difference because now you got help for Bosa. You can rotate Huff in, and you got Crosby on the other end. Suddenly, we're back in business because we couldn't get to the quarterback all year.
Absolutely. If you can pull that one off and then all of a sudden get Jim Schwartz in here with the wide 9 and
get Schwartz. Yes.
I mean, my goodness. I mean, hey, Gus Bradley, he'll do, but I mean, if you got a chance, it's kind of like the Niners. This would be typical. The Niners draft not always the best player available. They just draft by need, right?
Yeah,
go, okay, we need a tight end. We need a linebacker. We're going, and yet they pass on some great, safety or whatever. Yeah. Like DeJean last year, they picked Pearsall and said they could have had Cooper DeJean.
Yep.
So what I'm saying is if Schwartz is available and can be had, you take him and you say, hop on the bus, Gus. Sorry, I can't. It's no time to discuss, right? We got to move on. We got to get. we got to get Schwartz, man. Hey, speaking of, you mentioned earlier in the show, and I got to get a tune out of you, Paulie.
Sure.
Nice.
My one of my favorite songs, Neil Young, "Heart of Gold," man.
Oh. Well, check it out, Dan. I did a gig. I play gigs around the Bay Area. I play guitar and I sing and stuff. And I did a gig at the Water Bar in San Francisco, and a bunch of the Polymac Particle audience came out to support me in that gig. And I sang "Heart of Gold" at that gig. I played it. Yeah.
Is it on record? Is it taped anywhere?
I think Dom has it. Yes,
I think he does.
Dom, shoot that to me, man. I'll listen to it tonight, man. I love Neil Young, man.
Me too.
I can't sing at all, so I won't even bother to destroy the audience now.
Right.
I was playing earlier tonight. I was because I was watching some old America's Got Talent tapes. What was that guy's name? That Richard. I just had it at the tip of my tongue here. The guy that won in 24. I think his name was Richard.
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know. I can look it up too.
I've got it here. It was Richard.
We can check the chat. Richard Goodell? Richard Goodell?
Goodell, yeah. And this guy's like a 55-year-old school janitor, right?
Nice.
Yes.
And he's just singing for 23 years. and he's just he kind of big, heavy guy, just
Right.
and he's just up there. Looks like, who's this guy going to do? And he belts out "Don't Stop Believing."
Nice.
And then the second round he does "Eye of the Tiger," right?
Nice.
And
Nice.
and he won the competition with the Journey song. What's it called? Where he says,
Faithfully?
faithfully. Right down the line. It's been me and you, girl.
Totally.
Yeah. And I start singing it earlier tonight, and my wife's going, giving me the buzz.
Yeah.
I got 4 X's from my wife.
Oh, there he is. There's the guy. Hold on.
Yeah,
Look at this dude. Beautiful.
Oh, he's belting it out right there.
I love everything about this guy, dude. I love
Yes.
Yeah, that's
it
great.
was just classic, man. I mean, I got a little choked up actually watching this guy, thinking, a great American story from Terre Haute, Indiana. You remember who else is from Terre Haute?
Terre Haute. Yes, I do. Help me out. Oh, the Kiss Army is from Terre Haute. I know that.
One of the top 5 basketball players of all time.
Larry Bird.
Larry Bird.
Yeah.
Larry Bird, Terre Haute, Indiana.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great knowledge. That's good stuff. Hey, Paulie, I want to ask Dan because we got him. I'm gonna put Dan on the spot. Dan, we've been talking about the Super Bowl 60 matchup, and it's a crappy choice. Okay, but I want to know where are you rooting this for Super Bowl 60? And maybe you don't care enough. You don't want to. Some people are abstaining from watching the Super Bowl. I can tell you that Paulie's going for the Patriots. I'm going for the Seahawks. I want to know where Dan, Coccimigio, NorCal Sports.
I'm a little split because I'm an NFC guy.
Yep.
But I lived 7 years in Connecticut, right in the heart of Patriot.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so, but the Patriots have enough Super Bowls.
I know.
So forget it. I want the Niners to eventually catch them.
Yeah.
So I'll pull for Seattle. I've been up to Seattle. I've been up to the beautiful city. It rocks. They got good fans.
They do.
They don't really have anything else going on in sports, right?
That's right.
I mean, they got the Mariners that were finally got through to the playoffs, but I don't know.
Were you a little bit happy for Darnold last week with the
performance? Sam Darnold, he seems like a good guy.
He
does. He's not arrogant. He's not, you notice he wasn't gloating and saying, I told you, it was just like he was humble. That guy at USC was something else. I thought he was going to be just a dynamite quarterback. The problem was he just got into bad systems.
Yeah. I got to say, when Dan says it sounds so reasonable. You know what I mean? It's like it makes a lot of sense. It's very practical. When Tony starts talking about the Seahawks, it pisses me off. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. We'll have Dan on again in the future. We'll continue to talk sports when baseball season starts. We'll talk some Giants with Dan. And also, we were talking to Dan earlier today, and we will be announcing another PMP night out at a Giants game, and Dan's going to come for that, and so is Los. And those are great events. I know so many of you were with us last year, but please do join us again this year. We're working on getting a date, and then we'll give it to the audience, and we can,
that's going to be a lot of fun. What we'll do is we'll bring the NorCal Sports Network crew. My followers are, we originally started NorCal Sports Network with the idea of being, doing Giants, Warriors, and obviously the 49ers, maybe a little Sharks. I love what the Sharks are doing.
Yeah.
And I'm not a WNBA guy, so I joke with that, but we don't
all good. Yeah.
Not allowed on NorCal. No offense. My daughter played basketball. She enjoyed playing basketball, but I like watching stuff happen above the rim. I just do. It's just my thing. I like, But anyway, here's the deal with NorCal Sports Network. We've kind of been pushed by YouTube into more San Francisco Giants space. We'll cover the Niners, we'll cover the Warriors, but our views shoot up when we're covering the Giants. So we're gonna promote the heck out of this thing together.
Nice.
And, I know you guys had about 45 or so last year, right?
Something like that. Yeah. 45, 50, something like that. Yeah.
We'll see if we can bring another 50 or more.
Yeah.
And we'll have between the two channels, we'll get over 100 people and maybe we'll get ourselves up on the scoreboard there too.
Oh,
Heck
hell
yeah.
yeah, man.
Hey,
Well,
Dan, we'll pack Longbridge pizza before the game, and then we'll go
Yes.
go over to the ballpark. We did it last year, and also, Paulie, I know you're real quick. I just wanted to, because Dan is such a Giants baseball guy. The Vitello era. Your thoughts about the risk that you're into it? Yeah, because
I'm
I
into
and Paulie is
You
too.
like
We're both into it. Like it's a roll of the dice, but I like the timing of the roll.
Timing was perfect. They needed
Yeah.
to do something. You got to wake up this team. I really think this team is. I think this year they break the 500 cycle. They're
God,
either
I
going to go above or below. I don't
Yeah.
think they're going to be middle of the road. I think Tony might be able to pull some of these guys to get them fired up. I love the Harrison Bader signing because
Yep, me too.
he's a fiery guy.
Mhm.
You got Drew Gilbert. He's going to be maybe the fourth outfielder. You're going to have some passion on this team.
That's
And
good.
we haven't seen any passion at third and king since,
I know.
2016.
That's a
Right.
I mean,
great.
2021 was a great year, right? I mean,
Yes.
It
it was
was.
a great year.
It was, but I love your choice of words right there, the passion. And you're right, it's been very vanilla at the Yard for several years now. And you know what, Drew Gilbert, he reminds me of like a young Lenny Dykstra, just like a fire plug, man. He's not afraid. He's always providing a spark. And Dykstra did that when he played. So I hope you're right, Dan. You're right. I mean, we need some spark. We need some life. And we'll talk a lot of Giants. But before we let you go tonight, Dan, I want to talk a little bit about and let the audience hear about some of the services you provide. So Dan is a finance guy. Okay. He's a financial advisor. He can provide all kinds of services, but I should let you kind of explain. We can get people over to the website, securemoney.com, but it's better to hear it from your mouth, Dan, just to talk about the kind of services you provide and offer.
Yeah. I have been doing this, guys, for about 30 plus years, but 26 years on my own with
Nice.
Secure Money. I
Nice.
started it back in Connecticut, actually.
Nice.
From the Bay Area, was living down in Southern California. I got brought back to the Connecticut when I was working for a company down in Bakersfield. I was a sales manager for a large healthcare company, and they got bought out and merged with another one called Secure Horizons. I don't know if they're still around, Secure Horizons, but anyway, it was like, hey, we don't have room for all this management. So I'm like, okay, what am I going to do? Well, I got recruited to go all the way back to Connecticut to start up their Medicare program in 1997.
Nice.
So I was there right when UConn basketball was just
Oh yeah.
winning championships. So it was kind of cool. So I became a UConn Husky basketball fan. But I went back there, and then after a few years, with the government stopped paying some of the funds that they were paying, this, it just kind of fizzled out. And so I says, well, I'm tired of this corporate stuff. I'm going on my own.
Nice, man.
And I started on my own in 2000, and I've been doing it ever since. I serve people. I love people. So I love working with people. I love helping them out. I love helping situations where I could take a certain situation and turn it around for them. And, I've been able to really enjoy that. One of the things I love to do is help pass money down to the next generation tax-free to avoid taxes.
Nice.
So we do a lot of that type of planning. But, I do a lot of my business, like Los and I do some work together here in Arizona. And, we've referred each other business. And I kind of work a lot like Los. I'm very client-focused. That's my deal. I'm not here to try to just get a sale. Sometimes I don't even make the sale. That's not right. But sometimes I meet somebody that's really cool.
Right.
And we get to know each other. And you know what? That's the way you do things in life, because then they remember that, and then they'll pass down, hey, I worked with this Dan guy. He didn't pressure me or anything, but here's his number. And I've got business out of it that way.
Yeah, man. See, and that's great. See, because I was just talking about this, Dan, I think yesterday on the show, I was saying that when I bought my house about 12 years ago, it's the only house I've ever bought. So it's the only time I've been through that process. And now that I look back on that, I realized that the real estate agent that I had was super pushy, and she made me like uncomfortable throughout the whole process. And I was like, well, maybe this is just how it is, you know, maybe this is just what it's like when you buy a house. But I've talked to enough people and I've grown up enough to see that it doesn't have to be that way. And it sounds like you provide a very kind of not an aggressive approach, but you certainly wouldn't let anybody do anything to harm themselves. You're not going to be pushy, in other words.
No, and that's the thing, you know, and I'm bound by a lot of regulations. Just have to do what's you know, due diligence. You have to be, as a fiduciary, you got to do what's best for your client, right?
Yeah.
And you know, hey, look, I'm going to be 65 this year. I don't need to be trying to push people into something. I'm pretty well taken care of, but I just love doing it. I'll work until I'm 70 or later if I have to, because I enjoy it. It's not hard work,
right?
Because it's not physical, it's all mental, and that keeps me sharper too. So
now, can you do stuff, Dan, like say, because I know a lot of the people in our audience, they have like, well, Tony, for example, Tony's got young kids, and he's going to have to navigate his way through like college tuitions and stuff. Can you advise those kinds of situations?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, Paulie, I was going to say, like, the life insurance right there. I don't know if there's many more important decisions you can make in your life than making sure that if something were to happen to yourself, that your family is taken care of and set up.
Yeah.
And so I tip of the cap, Dan, because obviously you build trust with people.
Yeah,
and
it is
that's
important.
what we talk about with Carlos De La Fuente too.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
And I'll tell you a true sad story that was a very personal story here.
Okay.
Back in 2005 or 6, I can't remember which year it was. I think it was 6. My brother-in-law lived in Southern California, and I was, you know, he needed life insurance. He had a wife and a young baby girl. And I got him just a small $200,000 life insurance policy. It was like 20-year policy. It was like $35 a month, right? And this was at the end of that particular 2005 year. Yeah, it was 2005. And he says, you know, got the policy. He came over here to Arizona, you know, and it was like, okay, here's the policy, because it was the holidays or something. So I gave him the policy, and they kind of said, yeah, his wife was like, nah, I don't think so. We just can't afford it.
Right.
Well, it was 5-6 months later, he suddenly passed away.
Oh, no.
39 years old.
Oh, yikes.
39 years old. Yeah.
Man.
So, I mean, that would have been $200,000 tax free.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, so you just got to have life insurance. You really do. You know, life insurance is, I used to carry a ton of life insurance when my kids were younger. And because I was, you know, life insurance is not for you, obviously, it's for the ones you love.
That's right.
That's right. So you're protecting those people who you love. And it's a very honorable thing to do, I think.
No question. And Dan, you, in fact, you know, behind the scenes, you and I are going to have a conversation about that, because I need to talk to you about a policy for myself, and we will have that conversation. But for now, let me just say, welcome. I'm so glad to get you on the show, Dan. I mean, this is just the beginning, but we're very happy to have you as a partner. And I already know, in fact, the audience is already throwing out some messages. Tony, we got some supers we got to give Dan before we say goodbye. And another message from, this must be one of your followers. This is from Red Jet Shell.
Oh, yeah. I love Red Jet. She was, we did a couple shows together, 49er shows. She's fantastic.
Well, Red Jet, here's Red Jet's review of Dan. She says, Dan is a real one from the shell. So there you go, man.
Right,
you're a real one, Dan. I love that. And Tony, what do you have?
Well, first of all, I think it's proper because we're talking Dan's business and we're about to enter business time for some supers. So stand by, Dan, if you could.
Oh, yeah.
It's business time.
And I'm going to give him the extended version.
Let's go.
It's business time. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to say it's time for business. It's business time. Ooh.
Okay, Dan. So there we always play that. We want to give our supers to the show, and you're bringing some supers to the show. And of course, it begins with our man Carlos De La Fuente, and he says, "Welcome to the Familia and this amazing community, Dan. Hashtag Farhan still sucks.
He does. I agree.
Hashtag buy low, sell high. Hashtag money matters. Hashtag it's not always 110 in Arizona.
Right on. Low speed. Thank you, brother. Thank you,
That's
man.
great.
Yeah.
Our very own Dom Peralta, who's doing that great logo with you, Dan. Dan, so great to have you join the PMP Familia. The NCSN and PMP partnership is going to rule. Welcome, Dan. That's from Dom. And
Love it. Love it.
NorCal Sports Network, of course. Mark Gravy Graves is a super, and he says, by the way, I think Mark is in Arizona, by the way.
Yeah,
He said,
hey, Mark drove me to my surgery 2 weeks ago for my hip.
Oh,
Nice.
Mark Gravy. Oh, we love Gravy. Oh, he's one of our favorites. Yeah.
Gravy comes over. We watch ball games together, Niner
Nice.
games. We watched 3 or 4 this year.
That makes me happy. You're in good hands with Gravy. That's for sure.
Actually, we had Los D and Gravy and myself. We watched that game against the Bears that night together in my family room. It was
nice.
Awesome.
Well, you know what's funny, Dan, is Carlos and I have been talking about checking out a Rush concert next year in Arizona. So if I fly out for that, we'll definitely hang. We'll have dinner, we'll have beers, we'll do the whole thing. But for now, Tony, I'm sorry. Are there any more? I didn't mean to step on you.
I wanted Dom Gravy just says Giants game meetup. I'll go with you, Dan. So there's Gravy.
All right. Yeah. Here we go.
And
you
then
can drive,
Patty
Mark.
Napa.
No, we'll fly.
Yeah, right. And Patty from Napa says, "Welcome, Dan, and a few of your friends are here too." So that's from Patty from Napa.
All right.
So Dan,
Thank you, Patty.
Yeah, welcome, Dan. Seriously, it's
welcome,
good to have
Dan.
you.
No question. It's great to have you. Great to let the audience take a look at you tonight and hear about your services. And we'll start your formal spots on Friday. We'll start the ad campaign on Friday. And until we meet again, brother, I just wanted to say we're so happy to have you. Again, Dan is going to offer a very valuable set of services to our audience. And if you heard anything you like tonight and you feel like, you know what? I might just jump the gun right now and reach out and talk to Dan. You definitely should do that. Don't hesitate. You can call toll free 1-888-960-SAFE. 1-888-960-7233 just to kind of get the party started, get the conversation started. If there is something that like triggered a thought in your head tonight, don't wait around. Just talk to D. You can reach out and call him tomorrow if you want to. And again, we'll reinforce the message and all the contact info. Tony, go ahead. Final thoughts, bro.
My final thought is, Dan, we're less than a month away from spring training first pitch. So February 21st is the first Giant spring training game.
Yeah.
I'm a baseball junkie. It's my favorite sport. Of course, I love Niners, love Warriors, but I want to look forward to talking baseball with you.
Oh, baseball, we can hang a lot, Tony. I love baseball. It's of the big three. I mean, it is my passion. It's probably the one I enjoyed playing the most growing up. And I had some great coaches. One of them's in the Little League World Series or Little League Hall of Fame. He was just fantastic. He coached Tom Candiotti. Tom Candiotti was on the same team as me, but he turned 13 when I came on as a 9-year-old. I was drafted. I was drafted as an 8-year-old kid into playing the majors at 9. And this guy had a system. I didn't get to play much at 9. He groomed guys. He was like UCLA, John Wooden. He would get guys in. Yeah. And then by the time we were, our second, definitely by our third year, we were running the team in the last 2 years. And he just kept rolling guys over. He'd draft like 3 or 4 9-year-olds every year. And then he'd build them up. And so we were always winning the league. It was just fun.
Hey, last thing, you know what? I got to tell you this, Dan, since you love baseball so much. Now, I got to tell you, Creative Tony, my partner, he's a very modest guy, and I love that about him. Like, he's a really humble dude. But just so you know, Tony was a freaking badass baseball player. So Tony actually pitched Division I ball. Like, he was a pitcher he played at St. Mary's. He played at USF. And then you asked him about it. He's like, no. It was
St. Mary's, huh? What year in St. Mary's?
Yeah. So I was at St. Mary's 90, and you mentioned 91 to 93, Dan, and you mentioned Candiotti. Candiotti would come and work out with us in the month of January. Those 2 years he came out. And so I remember playing catch with Candiotti, and I'm like, come on, you got to throw me that knuckle. That knuckle, that's one of the filthiest pitches I've ever seen in my life, because
you need a big glove like that, man.
Nice. Damn, look at that thing. Nice.
Yeah. And you're definitely like, yes.
Yeah, right.
And you're definitely using 2 hands to catch that thing.
Oh, man. Knuckleballs, it's like a wiffle ball, right? But it's hard.
Yeah. Exactly.
You don't mind trying to get in front of a wiffle ball going, but baseball,
an actual baseball. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
Couldn't have been nicer though, by the way. And he was sponsored by Reebok at the time. He would always bring us all
Yeah.
this Reebok gear too. The
Yeah.
coolest cat, man. So I love that. you
Andioti's a
mentioned
great
Andiotti.
guy. Great
Yeah.
guy.
But it's fun.
Great
I will tell you this, Dan, and you're going to find this too. It's great talking baseball with Tony because he sees stuff that I don't, and he can pick up on nuances that I would never have noticed. So we're going to have a lot of great baseball talks, and we'll be happy to come on your show anytime. We'll have
Yeah,
you back
I
on
want
this.
you guys. We'll have you on next week. Next
Sweet.
week we'll do it.
You got it.
Tuesday or Thursday night. We'll do it.
You got it, brother.
Yeah. It's like Isaiah Kiner Falefa might have wanted to take a little bit bigger of a lead, huh, Tony, in that World
Yes.
Series?
Don't get me started. Don't get me started, Dan. That guy's safe. If he the rule of thumb is you go as wide as the third baseman. Come
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
What are you thinking? Man, that's just,
We're going to have a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So, Dan, thank you again for joining us tonight, brother, and lots more ahead down the road.
Awesome.
So have
Thank
a great
you.
night, brother. We'll see you soon,
Thank you.
man.
All right, thanks everybody.
Take care,
Appreciate it.
brother.
You got it, everybody. That's Dan Coccimigio. He is obviously a really cool guy, and a lot of you know him at NorCal Sports, and you watch his show, and we're really happy to have him on board as a partner. And by the way, Tony, speaking of partners, but let me get your just give me the Creative Tony review of Dan's first hit on the show. By the way,
I'm a huge fan already. Anybody that has a backdrop of all the hats
and he
MLB,
arranges them with the
and he
standings.
arranges
dude.
them in
Yeah,
the standings
I
is
like
just
that.
Tip of the cap, man.
Yeah.
And anybody that says baseball is his number one sport, I just immediately say, let's have a chat. Let's have a sit down. Because there's just, you love the soundbite nuances, Paulie. There's so many nuances to the game.
Nuances. Yeah.
I really do mean like I'm looking forward to a lot of conversations with him, and I'm thrilled to have him on board because again, dude, just like Carlos De La Fuente, just like all of our partners, man, like
We're lucky. We're lucky. I'll tell you what, I'm very grateful, but we're very fortunate that the sponsors we have on our side, like helping the show out, they're all good people. Like this is a collection of good people we have. And that goes for you guys in the audience too, man. This is like a collective thing we have happening here. And Dan is just another addition to the family.
Well, I like what he said. He goes, I care about people.
I could tell. I could tell it was sincere. Yeah.
Yeah, like when you hear that, and he's obviously doing this, he chose this line of work because he cares about people and wants to help people with something as important as life insurance, man. It's great.
Tony, hold on, stand by for one moment. Yeah. Do me a favor. I'm going to need you to access the slap because I'm going to chuck one at you real quick. It's going to be a backhand. So tell me when it's coming.
It's coming. Ready?
Yep. One more.
Here we go.
Okay, I'm only doing that because I love the soundbite, but there is something I need to remind you of. So here's what we're going to do. Final moments of the show. My dear friend Miriam, my seatmate at the Who at Shoreline, she's got a super with a reminder. Tony, I'm going to ask you to take care of that right now. Now.
Okay, stand by. I have it. I searched it in the beginning of the show, so I have to just grab it. And if you can just stand by for a second.
I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere.
Then we got to give our guy Neil some love.
I know. We'll go to Particle Land. We'll do a Long Bridge spot, and then we'll break the huddle, and we'll see you tomorrow at high noon. But I want to go to Particle Land too, brother. Let's go.
There we go. So here we go. Stand by.
Yeah.
No, because there's a lot of particles.
I know. I saw that. Oh, bro.
Welcome to Particle Land.
Yeah. One more time. Let me just see the door piece. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say we'll reprise it. Let's do it now. Oh shoot! Sorry.
It's okay. You're good, man. You're good.
Welcome to Particle Land.
Yeah, well, listen, that's for you, Miriam. So it is so good. I agree. And by the way, I got to tell you that I bear a strong resemblance to this guy. When the Dead were playing in Golden Gate Park a couple of months ago, I had the same vibe happening, Tony. I was in Particle Land. Right. I think Straw the Fire might have been in Particle Land too. I'm just saying. I'm just speculating. I can't confirm that, but it may be. You know what I mean?
Dude, you know what I love about this? And I'm going to play it one more time. Is how the dude, he stops and looks and ponders.
Yes.
Like, should I go in or should I not?
That's a bit. There's a little trepidation there. There's a little bit of fear, and there is. I'm like, I don't know if I should do this, but then he goes and he couldn't be happier. Couldn't be.
Stand by.
Yeah.
We'll do this. We'll clear. By the way, sorry. Here we go. Ah, God bless America. Here we go.
Welcome to Particle Land.
Oh, God bless everybody. God bless America.
I like the flute, dude.
Me too. Me too.
Oh, it's the best.
I just want to make a clarification from the musical corner of the. That would be a clarinet. That's
it's a clarinet. It's not an oboe. It's not an oboe.
I know my reed instruments. That is the clarinet, my friend. I'll tell you another thing I know. I know reed instruments, and I also know pizza.
Yes.
Aha. See the transition underway.
Yeah. I'm not going to go into the oven yet because I want to give some pizza porn, but go for it.
You know what, Tony? We don't have to go in the oven tonight. Make it easy on yourself. Trust me. Listen, I sat there next to Tony yesterday when we did the show in the Longbridge Pizza Clubhouse broadcast studio. I don't know what this guy's doing during the show. There's so much stuff in front of Tony. It was actually making me nervous. Like every time I would look down there, I'm like, Jesus Christ, thank God I'm not doing this. So Tony, I can't thank you enough for everything you do for the show, but don't worry about the oven tonight. Red Jet, you like the ears. I like the ears too, man. I like that too. And I like Longbridge Pizza. We did the show from Longbridge yesterday. And Tony, I want to do that maybe at least once a month going forward.
Yeah.
It's just, there really is a different energy when Tony and I are in the same room and riffing and looking at each other and all that kind of stuff. It's just cool. So we'll do more of that. But also, right after the show, we went downstairs and we ate at Longbridge Pizza. Neil was hanging out with us. Andre was in the house. Steven was in the house. The whole gang, man. Everybody was down there. And I'm very happy to report that I broke the pattern. I had to break the pattern of ordering the polymac pie every time I go in there. For the first time ever, I branched out and I tried the spicy meatball pizza. Nice. Holy cow. Have you tried that yet? I know you're not a meat guy, but have you tried just a bite of the meatball pizza?
No. But what I also branched out yesterday, and I had the Island Vibin pizza, and I don't normally order pineapple on a pizza, and I know it's a polarizing topic. Trust me, I know. But I'm down with pineapple.
There's one thing that divides the country more than anything else. It's pineapple on pizza. But Tony, go ahead. Yeah,
I'm down to have pineapple on a pizza every now and again, and this pizza was so freaking good. Now, I don't get it. It comes with Copa, hot Copa, and pepperoni. I didn't get either of those just because I was staying. I wasn't meat curious yesterday, but you can get it with hot Copa and pepperoni as well. And it's got the Calabrian chili paste, and it's got the vodka sauce, and it's got the pineapple. It's freaking outstanding.
Tony, I hate to do this, but the riffs are coming in fast and furious. Here comes now. Rags is a jokester. You got to understand. Rags is always riffing. He just threw this out there. He goes, Tony only eats meat when he's in Seattle. That's why Tony rules. Look at the response. A lot of guys would be upset by that. Tony's just laughing. See, I love you, Tony. I really do. You are the greatest sport of all time, and that was a great reaction. Great reaction.
The best, dude. The best. Man, that's because Rags, man. Rags had me actually pulling for the freaking Cowboys in the game this year.
Yeah, he's had that effect on me too. I know he's had me figure. But again, like I say, the Cowboys are posing no threat to anybody. So don't worry. You can root for the Cowboys.
True.
Yeah,
very true. But Paulie, I was going to share this because this is some pizza porn. This is the Sophia pizza that I love.
Give it to me.
Well, the vodka sauce. You got the mozzarella. You got the ricotta. You got the red onion. You got the honey. You got the Parmesan. Yeah. See, watch them squirt the honey on top of this too. Here it comes. There it is. There it is. There it is. Right there. Come on. And then you got the mozzarella. Come on, man. The Parmesan. So that's the Sophia pizza.
Ooh, that's a good looking pizza, man.
Right.
Good looking pizza right there.
Come on, man. And the sourdough crust. The sourdough crust.
No, it's the best. I've said that a million times. The sourdough crust, I think, is one of the secrets to the entire flavor experience. No big deal, dude. Don't go out of your way at all. Just drop it like a hot potato if you don't have it. But do you happen to have those pictures from yesterday's lunch available? And if not, don't even worry. We'll boot it to Friday. Don't worry.
No, I have them available. I can show one. I can just do it the old school way.
Look at this. All right, hold up the phone. Go for it.
Here, stand by.
Yeah.
This is Paulie's burger yesterday. Okay.
You're damn right it was. Now, would you guys hold it against me if I nailed a burger and fries and then left home and I walked home with a pizza, the meatball? That's exactly what I did. I ate this and that burger was freaking killer. There they are. Nice, Tony. Nice. That's Tony's on top, and that's my meatball pie on the bottom right there.
Yeah, look at the island vibing on top. I forgot about the green onion too. And then you got the meatball pizza down below. Look at those two. And
Well,
it's
the
funny,
meatball-
'cause, dude, Neil rules, by the way. Paulie and I are trying to
Really
decide what pizza to have. And Neil goes, why don't you just get two smalls? Just
I'm a
get
I got to tell you, I'm a Denardi head. I was ready to just eat the burger and be more than satisfied. And then he was like, get a couple smalls. I'm like, okay, all right, let's do it. And then Tony got his pineapple. I got my spicy meatball. But I think the reason you would like the meatball, Tony, is because it has a kick. Like it has like some hot chili, I think, on it, or hot chili. I don't want to say the wrong thing. It might have been crushed red pepper, whatever it is. It's spicy and it's a very tasty pizza with the sourdough crust and the meatballs, dude. We've talked about just ordering a side order of meatballs at Longbridge, which you can do. Just get some meatballs for the table. They're so good. It's like everything else, like the tomato sauce, the cheese, like the care and consideration that he puts into like all of those ingredients. They really, and the meatballs are like that too. The meatballs are bad ass. Tony, do you eat the meatballs when you're in Seattle as well, Tony?
No, I don't do the meatballs. I'm all about the fish at the fish market, Paulie. That's I'm all about the fish. And,
all right, well let's do this. Why don't we I'm all about the fish. Listen to this guy.
Yeah.
I want to fine. Oh, good. What's this one? What's that?
This is the Gabagool, man. This is the Vinny's Gabagool, which is on Wednesdays. So they're closed now, but Wednesdays, remember, Vinny's Gabagool. And the Vinny's Gabagool is named after Neil Denardi's dog, Vinny. So Vinny's Gabagool, there it is right there. You got all these sopressata, you got the cured meats, you got the Calabrian chili peppers, you got the red onion. It's it's a mighty sandwich, along with the chicken parm and the drunk cluck. So you can't lose when you come to Longbridge Pizza, man. And then the beers, and then the freaking beers. We've talked about the beers many times.
Yeah. Get on down there and join the Vibe Tribe. You will enjoy the serious pizza. You will enjoy the laid back vibe. You will also enjoy the hands down. This is not even up for debate. I'll fist fight somebody over this. They have the best music you will ever hear in any restaurant in San Francisco. Hands down, period, end of story. There will be no discussion. There's no debate. You're getting everything from, I don't know, Zeppelin to the Stones to Black Sabbath to the Grateful Dead to Tony's Guys Fish. You get some Pearl Jam thrown in there. It's a really, they put a lot of thought into the playlist too, and they're always working on them and updating them. So again, get on down to Longbridge Pizza, 2347 3rd Street in the Dog Patch. Again, laid back vibe, serious pizza, and they're open every day of the week except for Monday. That's when Neil takes a day off. They do host private parties in the back. Get on down there and find out why we love them as much as we do.
Hey,
Tony,
Paulie, on that note, real quick, Dubs are back at Chase Center on Friday hosting the Detroit Pistons. If you happen to be going to Chase, get on down to Longbridge beforehand for a nice cold pregame beer and a nice pizza pie. You won't regret it. Or if you're not going to the game, just come and watch the game at Longbridge Pizza. You can't lose that either. Or order longbridgepizza.com. Make your order.
Sorry, Tony. Thank you, man. Yeah. I want to say this too before we wrap up tonight. That a couple of announcements tomorrow. Again, Scott Osler from the San Francisco Chronicle will join us. Scott's one of our favorite guys. Tony and I had Scott on a million times over the years on our old podcast, on the new show. Tomorrow's going to be great. And then it looks like, final announcement of the night, we're really excited about this. It looks like there is a very good possibility Tony and I will be broadcasting live from Radio Row next week on Thursday. We're going to go right into the scrum, dude, right into the Radio Row mayhem that I thought I was done with. Dude, Al Pacino, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Because Radio Row is fun, but it's like getting thrown into a mosh pit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you turn around, there's Michael Irvin. Then you turn around, there's Roger Staubach. You turn around, there's Mean Joe Greene. Like, it's football mayhem. And I think Tony and I are going to be in there on Thursday doing the show. So we hope to bring you some good guests. And
by the way, Paulie, they're pushing every product under the sun. So whoever comes on with this,
the best of all time. I forget who was pitching this. It might have been Marcus. Was it Marcus Allen? Somebody came on our show and was pitching. Ready for this, Tony? Over the top guac. Like this guacamole, over the top guac. One of my all-time favorites. We've had like hair restorations. We've had like male arousal supplements, all kinds of stuff. So, and that's the funny thing. What Tony's saying, a lot of the former players, they will go to Radio Row because they're pitching products and stuff. They're like, I got this new fly swatter. Check it out. It's got a Giants logo on it. Dude, when we went to New York for the Super Bowl, we ran into Vito from The Sopranos. Yes, that Vito from The Sopranos, who had to flee to New Hampshire, because of his lifestyle choices. He was freaking hilarious, and he was selling what he called bottle skins. Guys, bottle skins. He was selling like these wrappers you could put around your bottle with like a Giants logo. He's a big Giants fan. Hilarious. So anyway, we'll see what we come up with, but that'll be next week. Tony and I are very much looking forward to that. And Tony,
probably keep dreaming about them Johnny cakes.
100%. I've been dreaming about those Johnny cakes. God bless Vito. He got a raw deal. You know what I mean? Let the man enjoy other men without without repercussion. That's what I say. Live and let live. You know what I mean?
Hey, do whatever goes on in your bedroom. Respect. I'm staying out. Let's go, dude.
100%, dude. 100%. Let Vito be Vito. You know what I mean?
Boom.
Vito wants to throw on the leather cap with the leash and the whip and all that. You let him go. You let Vito do his thing. All right, Tony. I want to thank everybody for lining in tonight and having a good time with us. That goes for you, Noemi. Of course, I know that was filmed in Boot and Rags. Of course, I love you, Rags. I love you, Gravy. I love to know that Gravy and Dan are boys. That's super cool. Speaking of Gravy, here's another one. I need Pizza Flames getting higher and higher. Little Black Sabbath, get higher and higher. Oh no! All right, Tony.
Dude, for Gravy, just because he did it. Sorry, Polly. Sorry, just for Gravy. For Gravy. Here we go.
Oh no, please God help me.
I miss him.
Me too. It's been tough, dude. Ace Frehley, Ozzy Osbourne, Sly Stone. Now they're throwing Bob Weir on the pile. It's too much. Enough is enough. You got to stop. You got to stop. Let my favorite people stay around a little while longer. And I want to thank Dan for joining us tonight, too, from NorCal Sports. He was awesome. Tony,
He was great. Paulie, real quick, sorry to cut you off. Miriam, I know you mentioned this, but I want to make sure people know that she did her second super of the night, and we got Miriam into Particle Land. Love the reminder, Miriam. Please be Miss Particle Land. Always remind us about Particle Land. And then Escobar Cheeks the third is the super, the last super of the night. He says, Vito was hashtag meet curious.
Hey, I'm not holding it against him, Escobar. I'm not. I'm a live and let live kind of guy. Vito wants to throw on the leather cap. I got no problem with that at all. I guess the boys in the Soprano family did, though. Ultimately, he had to meet.
By the way, speaking of leather caps, Paulie, I recommend everybody at some point go to the Folsom Street Fair. Go to the Folsom Street Fair.
I've done it. I have.
Me too.
I've done it. I've done it.
Do it.
Dude, I went to the Folsom Street Fair with my first wife, who's pretty conservative, and the stuff we saw going on was, I don't think she was ready for it, and none of us were. I got to tell you, but more on that tomorrow. We can revisit my Folsom Fair, Folsom Street Fair highlights tomorrow. Creative Tony, send everybody into the night the only way you know how. Go ahead, brother.
You bet, bud. Here, hold on. I was looking for, there we go.
Business hours are over.
All right, Creative Tony, thank you so much, my brother. And thank you, Dom. Thank you, Andrew Markoulis. Thank you, Dub City, Noemi, Miguel, Dom, S. Wong. Good to see you, S. Wong. Patty from Napa, the queen of the scene. Miss PMP, thank you. Great talking to you today, too, Patty. Miriam, let's see. Hey, Juan Santa Maria, how you been, man? Good to see you out there. Nikki D. Francesco. Everybody have a wonderful night. Sourdough Cell, good to see you as well. And we will do it all.
Sourdough Cell's birthday tomorrow, probably. Sorry, I saw in the chat earlier, Sourdough Cell's birthday tomorrow. So happy early birthday to Sourdough Cell. Maybe we'll do a birthday portion of the show tomorrow.
We should
celebrate Sourdough Cell's birthday. And what was it? Red Jet Shell was
correct.
Red Jet Shell. Welcome to the show.
Correct.
It's a she. So welcome to the broads of PMP. Red Jet Shell. And thank you all for checking out the show, P.
Everybody have a great night. Get a couple of winks, and we'll do it again tomorrow at high noon. Cheers, y'all.
Peace.